My name's David Backshall. I'm Commercial Director at CardPay.
And what is CardPay?
So CardPay is a payments company. We provide local payments and acquiring services on a global basis. And we also provide innovative banking solutions in various verticals, from airlines, retail, finance services. So we cover pretty much most sectors.
And what other trends are there in e-commerce?
Trends in e-commerce as such, we're seeing very much around customer experience and the user experience of coming onto an e-commerce platform and how merchants engage with their consumers. It's been really important, and to be as frictionless as possible in terms of the browsing, selecting of the product, and then the transaction as well. So that's a lot of it is really focused around that.
And where do you see most of your business developing in the next few years?
So most of our business developing into retail and also marketplaces, interestingly enough, because as you see, obviously the success of Amazon and the growth of various marketplaces across Asia, like Rakuten, and other marketplaces in Asia and China coming across to Europe as well. It's really been fascinating actually how seeing retailers are actually changing their strategy to then become marketplaces themselves. And that's really allowed them to really grow their brand and also increase margins for their business as well. So, and it's also giving choice to consumers about what they select and buy in those marketplaces as well.
So would you say that Asia's leading kind of the pack in terms of marketplaces in e-commerce?
Asia's very interesting because you can only just look at the success of Alibaba and Singles Day. I think some of the figures around that was $38 billion within 24 hours. So you can just see how the success of that particular marketplace has been adopted by the population in China and other countries across Asia. And it's through that, by giving the adoption of marketplaces that's providing such huge choice to their consumers, it's really grown the success of the business and the way that people buy goods and services online.
How does CardPay play into that?
So CardPay, what we do effectively is that we connect the merchants to the way that the consumers want to buy their goods and services and make that as frictionless as possible.
So say I'm trying to build a marketplace and I want to get a range of consumers to be able to pay for goods and services in different regions.
Yeah, so customers come to us all the time asking about international expansion and what payment types, what localized payment types that consumers want to pay with in those particular countries. And this is a growing trend that we're seeing from our merchants. And quite simply, what we're able to provide is one single API integration and allowing those merchants to take over 300 different payment methods, which will help them increase their sales and conversion rates in those countries.
What do you see the trends being in terms of actual payment methods being used? Do you find there's a decentralization happening in terms of payment methods? So there's people choosing to use their own favorite rather than, it's just Visa, or it used to be just Visa, and now you have bunch of everything. Have you tried? Can you deal with Bitcoin? Can you do crypto?
Yeah, we do, and this is an interesting thing about how consumers want to pay for their goods and services. So a lot of customers that we talk to are using the traditional payment method of, let's say, Visa and MasterCard. That might work in some regions, but in other countries, let's say China, for example, that's not the payment method of choice. Consumers want to use WeChat Pay, Alipay, and others. So we can help our customers to be able to ensure that they're using the right payment method at the right time for their consumers to maximize the efficiency of their conversion rates.
Great, thank you very much.
All right.